はい、200ヶ月開幕 and welcome our weekly mandatory Japanese lesson. So the conference has begun and yep, we all know why we're here. Yeah, so it's Monday and in East Asia, probably Europe and stuff, it's already Monday, Tuesday though. But yeah, this is your dark skin full boy VTuber Rokuro, and this week actually will be, besides yapping, there's also teaching Japanese. Like, no, I'm serious. Like, actual lessons go on here. Although, for those who have been tuning into my stuff, you already know what to expect. And then I have osake. For some reason, I have nihonshu. I have sake. Why though? Why not? But yeah, as usual, this is geared towards non-native speakers. So, Japanese people, you can probably observe. Maybe observe. Then realize I'm becoming too sussy when it comes to teaching Japanese, and I may start just moaning. No. You know what? Let me check. Let me test. I hope it's working today. Okay, it's working. Okay, we're all good. So yeah, with that, so I do have my usual, I guess you could say usual setup, but kind of slightly different this time. Slightly different. Reason being, so last week, last week was actually this. Wait, why is it not loading here? I may have forgotten something here. Dori de. Okay, that was a bit of my fault. Can I just replay this? But yeah, subscribe. Thank you for subscribe. Danny-san, thank you for the subscription. In case you're curious, so where does it go? I'm pulling it for now. Pulling the funding. Maybe I could use it for a cover project. Song covers. I actually have 3 planned for this year. I have 3 songs planned for this year. So any other song you want me to cover, probably for next year. But yeah, nonetheless, thank you so much. Subscribe gozaimasu. I haven't actually checked. No, I haven't actually decided what would be the instant reward. Because for those who follow, I howl. But then what else do I do, But yeah, I may have said this a couple of times before, or maybe not, but I do have a subscribers only room in my Discord server. So if you aren't there in the Discord server, you can actually go to your settings, I guess, and see your Twitch. It's not user settings. rin. Oh no, I'm on stream mode, so everything's like I can't see shit. But yeah. Anyways. So last week was not N4. Last week was actually the basic Japanese. So for those, for everyone who has been learning Japanese for over a year, this isn't for you. You already know this. Like, もう知ってるはずなんですけどね。You know this. So the previous one we have for N4 level was this. So, itadakimasen ka? So like request. So just review your test form basically. And then to this. So basically hoping that something happens or hoping that something good in general happens either to ourselves or to others. And then mostly a bunch of kanji. Kanji. Ooh, ah. So we're so with that, I could just like okay. It's not really like a secret or anything about like, the reference book I used. like Rokura, what book do you use? Maybe I could like check more on those. That is Genki. It has volumes 1 and 2. Basically how I feel about it is Genki 1 is for the basic Japanese or the N5 level. And Genki Volume 2 is for the N4 level. Something like that, you know? ちょっと待って、ちょっともう、うわサブスクギフトありがとう。うわ I haven't even started. ありがとう。hype train. うわ Damn. ちょっとうわ I am not expecting any of this. But yeah, thank you so much for the sub gift. Wow. We haven't even started yet. But then once I start teaching Japanese, it'll mostly be me teaching Japanese unless y'all, request a song or interrupt me with a throw. Banana. Banana. Otoko no banana. So, do we start? We start? Okay. But before that, can I have like a bit of sake? かなり強いけど、まあ美味しい。Yeah, what I got is like 16% alcohol. Pretty strong. But it's like clear, crisp, has like the nice notes. Wow. Alright. まあこのままじゃ酔っ払いになってしまうからね。Like if I drink too much, I'll be like a drunkard. So let's stop. Like my older brother may, misquote me. Rokuro, nomiisugi desu yo. Rokuro, stop drinking too much. So, what I have here is a bit, bit of like change is I'm not writing. I mean, I'm still writing on like the pen tablet, but then I'm not writing on the screen itself, but I'm projecting it to another screen. Okay, enough yapping. Yeah, it's hard to get used to this. You know what? I kind of give up. Like, if you're gonna give me a few more, let me just like put back my. Yeah, I know. Pretty shameless. すごいな。まあ日本時間帯ではさ、まあ確かに夜なんだけど、いや夜っていうか昼飲みすげえな。まあ住んでるところはねちょうど夜なんだからまあちょっとバカしなら大丈夫かなと思うんだけど。おい字幕よ。いやそんなこと言ってない。I think my subtitles is telling me something else. ごめん、なんか自分の字幕はね、黙っとけって言わんばかりに、いや、全然そんなこと言ってないんですがね、と文句言いたいところなんですが、ちょっとバカし、いや、ちょっとだけごめんなさい。やっぱりね、さすがに今のセットアップでは、慣れることない気がするが。はい、ごめんなさい。Okay, sorry about that. Okay, this feels more at home. Okay, so we are going for so more grammar, I guess, for a while. Is this like, yeah? I think this is like the same. So yeah, in the meantime, we're mostly going for like grammar. Yeah, I think it's this thickness that I used. この太さでしたっけ？うん。確かに、通常使ってるのはこの太さ。So grammar, as usual. Can I like adjust my sitting position just for a bit? ちょっとだけ、sorry. させてくださいますようお願いしますが、おっと。まあ、これなら問題ないと思う。So this should be fun. So grammar is 文法。あ、それは偉い。1年以上の禁酒。わ、すげえな。まあ、僕としては、まあ、なんか、数ヶ月前から、なんか読むよう、まあ、もっと頻繁に読むようになったんだけど、まあ、なんか、酔いつぶれるためではなく、ただ、味を堪能したく、またなんか雰囲気とかね、そういったところでちょっとばかし 飲むようになってるんだけど、例えばね、普段はお酒は1、2杯程度。これはまあ、こんな量じゃ全然酔いつぶれないでしょうね。Yeah, with that amount, like, I don't think you'll ever get drunk with just like a shot or two. Like, nah, that's nothing. Something having like a multiple monitor setup can be confusing. なんかたまにもね、多数モニターのセットアップじゃ、なんか、どこへ置いておけばいいのか、まあいろいろ困難だよね。OK。なるほど。なんか最初からそんなに、お酒を飲まないタイプ。了解。I did an oopsie there. So, まあやっぱりね、一人で飲むのはちょっとこうなんか寂しいなとたまには思ってるんだけど、やっぱりね、飲むなら、友達と飲んだ方が、雰囲気がいいなと。でもね、僕の友達の大半はね、離れてるところにいて、ちょっと悲しいな。いや、逆だよ。僕だけがアメリカといった離れているところにいて悲しき悔しき何もかもマイナスだ。欧米なんて大変だね。Yeah, kind of hard to live in like Western countries as well. Particularly if you're,男子、ショタコ何もかも腐ってるもの終わってるやん。Yeah. Like from all the weird ass hobbies that I have. Yeah. Good luck. GGW Piecers. So, you're right, we are already like mostly familiar with how this goes, right? We use the word toki to basically describe when something happens or when something happens. So let's have like this example. Komikeに行った時 OK. Let's say we fell in line for 2 hours. So, what do you mean? So what is like fall in line in Japanese? 行列に並ぶ. So, fall in line.そうだね。なんか、10年も前の話だったら、なんか、日本がアメリカ自由、表現の自由がいいなと憧れていたものの、なんか、最近は逆やん。なんか、欧米のオタクは、海外のオタク、自分含め、みんな、日本いいな、表現の自由いいなと憧れていて、せめてね、表現の自由だけを、それを絶対守ってくれないかなと、切に願っている。マジで。僕にとってはね、あんまり過激な、発言をしないなんだけど、どれだけ、過激な発言でも何でも、それは、発言に限る、に過ぎず、行動さえなければ、行動がなければ、それは問題ないはず。ね。フィクションもね、特にね、フィクション。なんかこう、翔太君は嫌い、なんか翔太は虐待だでって言わんばかりに、これフィクションだぞ。そもそも作った際は誰も生まれることなかったし、誰も生まれなかったし、どれだけ妄想しても誰も傷つくことはないし、それいいな。僕はね、具体的には言えないんだけど、とにかく米国。大国だとしてもね、どうしてもね、愛せないな。メンヘラはさておき。Okay, enough with like my menhela in Japanese. にならん。So, to fall in line is 行列を並ぶ。Yeah, to fall in line. Sorry, I was wrong. It's just not 行列, it's just 列。なんかごめんなさい、ちょっと待って。自分もあまり使わなかった言葉なんだからね、どうしても忘れてしまう。Like, I don't really use like that line often in Japanese, so I forgot. 僕もなんか懐かしいなと思っていて、でも僕自身はね、5級だけの、5級だけ受験したことある。5級に、バナナ。 あ、ペルリクおはよう。なんか、すっごい男のバナナ。Thank you for the man bananas. At least the example is still good. Nothing, nothing suspicious. Nothing yet. まだね。まだ怪しいことはない。Okay, when? So Comiket is like the short form for comic market, the biggest indie comic book event of Japan. It's probably the, you know, indie comic book event of Japan. Or we call them なんとか同人誌即売会。同人即売会。So I'm putting the I here in brackets because this is implied. I don't know why I put E there. Like, was I supposed to write foreplay or something? Okay. コミケに行った時、2時間も列に並びました。So when I went to Comiket, I fell in line for 2 hours. Of course, this is like our important figure for today. なんか日本にいいな。僕自身はね、行ったことない。So yeah, Rokuro, when do we use past tense? When do we use present tense? Because using Toki is like a general thing, right? You can use it for things that have happened in the past, or you can use it for things that will happen, or things that happen in general. Like, for example, like as like a condition or as a case. I just opened like a tin can. Banana. Banana. Banana ほどほどにしてください。そうだね。真夏の地獄だね。40代も超えるんだしな。Yeah, it's like if it's summer comic, yeah, expect the temperatures to be at least like 40 degrees Celsius. That hot. Yeah, I occasionally take a sip. そうだね。やっぱりね、列に並ぶ時はね、やっぱり、いやいや、もっと対外的には、コミケに行くなら、集団でやった方がいいと思う。Like, if you're be going to Comic-Con, better be in a group. Better grow as a group. At least when you're in line, you're together as a group. And when you need to go to the toilet, you can just take turns. ね、そして、トイレに行くなら、一人一人で、行けばいい。ね。 see something? Nakita? Okay, so I should have started with this actually. So we should have this pattern, right? So our sentence A first would be our time reference, right? Better if I write that in green. So the first sentence or clause that appears before Toki would be the time reference. Then afterwards, what would be whatever happens within that meaning, within that time reference, or sentence B would be our main event. So basically, when A happens, we have B. I'll remove this. But it's an idea. Saying things like main event feels like, boxing or something. And not really. Like, sorry, was there something like sports here? So yeah. So the first sentence would always be in the short form. So as you have noticed here, Komike ni itta toki. Right? So from like the example earlier, you've noticed that I've used the past tense for it. But you can use either past or present. But here's actually the thing. So when are you going to use the past form A? When are you going to use the present form A? Right? So that will be like the main point of discussion for this grammar. When are we going to use past tense for the first sentence? When are we going to use the present tense? So let's go first with like the present tense in a case. So let's call this case 1, or case files of El Meloy II. No, gawin na. Sorry. Banana. So when are we having sentence A be in, you know, present tense? So the key here is the relative timeline. Relative timeline. So basically you'll use sentence A, you'll use a present tense in sentence A if sentence B is set to be done later than A. Does it make sense? Oh, no, sorry. So A's in present tense, or sorry, I'll take that back. A's in present tense if it's set to be done at the same timeline as... You know what? It's better for me to put a timeline here. Let's say timeline, let's say B is somewhere here. So let's say B is around at this time. So A would be in present tense if A happens. Let me put this in green instead. Okay, this is basically it. So if A is somewhere within, within the same time period as B, or A is set to happen after B, then A should be in the present tense. So what do you mean by that? I think we're better off providing a sentence for this one. That's a good one. No. This is not referring to a VTuber graduation. No. This is just like school graduation. I forgot Sanka. Sanka. Did I get it right? I think this one is fine. I forgot to, you know what? Since I forgot to put in here. This is like an ordeal and a half, not gonna lie. Way better. So students, so we have this relatively clean sentence. I know, Rokuro rashiku nai. This doesn't feel like Rokuro at all. Like, why is it so clean, you know? So clean, so good, hotel, so go. Sorry. Anyways, 学生は卒業するとき、卒業式に参加します。Students participate in a graduation ceremony when they graduate. Or when students graduate, they participate in a graduation ceremony. See, even the subtitles agree with me, although there's a bit of a difference. So you can notice here that we have two different events here, right? 学生は卒業するとき and 卒業式に参加します。So this entire bit here I'll just like I'll just have a sentence be in double underline. So sentence A would be the one in just one underline. So it'll be the same here. Okay, at least this makes sense, right? This makes sense? So you notice that sentence A, this is A right here, is around the same time as B right here, right? So if you could just imagine like a timeline of sorts. So apparently it's not just financial mathematics that uses timelines. So we have, let's say A is around here. Guess what? B is also around here. Or just a bit before. Or actually, you can think about, you know, if B is here, A is at the same time or just like afterwards. So when you think about it, what comes first? You officially become a graduate? Or you graduate, you attend a graduation ceremony? It's usually you attend the graduation ceremony first, right? So B comes first and then A comes later. Once you're done with the ceremony, you're officially a graduate. So you're officially graduated. Hence, sentence A here is in the present. Does it make sense? Okay, let's have another example. I've thought of a good example. It's a good one. Please, please look forward to it. ごめん、笑いが止まらん。Yes, Rokuro is back. I think you've seen this so many times. I don't need furigana anymore. I don't need furigana. You know what? Never mind. I still put it. Yes, you can put wa after toki. That only means that you are talking about that, you know, sentence A, the time reference. Eh. Nya 同人誌を読むときはティッシュを用意してください。Okay, I'll put in the English. Yes, for the... Let me put in like the important markings as well. あ、痛い。ごめんって。いや、いくらごめんと言っても全然反省しないな。バナナ。このままじゃティッシュを用意しなきゃいけないの。バナナ。ちょっと待って、日本語配信ですよ。衛星までなんかじゃない。ちょっと待って。いや。画面の外から。おい。興奮させんじゃねえぞ。Don't make me get excited. Okay, let me put in the underlines. Maybe yes, maybe no. Who knows? Oh, sorry. Sticky keys. ちょっと待ってって。なんかちょっと待って。追いつきさせてくれ。おい。ギリ声が聞きたいだけなんだろう。You only want to hear me moan. Wait, just make it 10 at a time. Wait. Oh my god. おい。Funny how I couldn't like finish like a sentence at this point. Okay, so let's have this example. 同人誌を読むときはティッシュを用意してください。Please prepare tissues when reading 同人誌。See, even the subtitles agree with me. But yeah. So you notice here, the first sentence is in present tense, right? It's in present tense. Because you have these two sentences, right? Connected with Toki. What comes first? Do you read first, then prepare tissue? Or do you prepare tissues first before you read? It's the latter, right? So it's not the former, it's the latter. Oh my god. So yeah, if we actually have this timeline, or let's go back here. So B here would be preparing tissues, right? And then, so prepare tissues first before you read, which is A. Okay? Hence, this is in present. So A is in the present tense because it goes at the same time or after B. Okay? But what if A comes before B? That's when A becomes past. So that'll be our case too. So A will be in past tense. When A comes before B. Okay? Oopsie. You know, funny enough, this kind of thing, you know, this case also applies to other forms such as other forms of like when. Like this ruling also holds on other forms of when. So Toki, Sai, even like conditional phrases, conditional sentences, yeah. So what dictates the tense of sentence A depends on its relative tense to sentence B. So is sentence A in the past relative to B? Or is sentence A at the same time as B, or it comes after B? That's basically like the thought experiment here. This, you know, I might also put in a timeline here as well. So let's say B is somewhere here. Then in order to say that, in order to have A as in order to have A in the present form, sorry. sorry, in the past form, A must happen before B. But that's too much. Okay? So let's have an example here. Let me drink sake. Oishii. Oishii ne. Drinking sake in the middle of what? Okay, oh. For those who know, you know. If you know, you know. Rokuro, what is Tora no Ana? Ehe. Ehe. Tora no Ana no tempo. Okay, let's go with this. No. Wrong. Sironi, thank you for coming. And if you have the time, we can just like, you know, listen in and learn Japanese, I guess. Genshin no. Arya 知り合い？おお、なんか予想外だな。同人誌で 4万円を、費やしました。払いました。えへ。Okay, let me just like put all the other details. So when I went to そうだね。いや実際まあ実際初めて日本に行ったらまあおそらく多分僕はそうなる。だからまあまだ行けないうちに貯金しといてねと自分に思っている。See, this will be like a case where まあ10万円でも足りないんじゃないかな。いっそ100万。なんか秋葉原の大半を買ってくれと言わんばかりに。So when I went to a Toranana store, no, I think this is like the more app. So, 費やす means to spend. So this is quite the long ass sentence, I know. Let me put in like all the necessary underlines that I need first. Okay. Turns out I'm not yet done. You know what? It's fine. So when I went to a Toranana store, I spent 40,000 yen on Genshin doujinshis. No, subtitles, no! I said Genshin doujinshis, not genitalia. My own subtitles is going to get me arrested. Oh my god. いた！いや、今回は僕のせいじゃない。いた！ I mean, that wasn't my fault this time. いや、今回は僕のせいじゃないんで。いた！バナナ。痛いってごめんな。いや、僕が謝るべきではないけど。たく。Okay, so I put in, the underlines to represent sentences A and B respectively. So from here, what can you say about which one comes first? So we have two events. First is in sentence A, going to a Toranana store. And then sentence B, spending 40,000 yen on Genshin Dojinshi. So what comes first? So if we have this timeline over here, So something comes first before the other, right? These are like two Itai. So which one comes first? You go to the store first, right? Then you spend. Hence, sentence A is on past tense. Remember, the tense of sentence A is only in relation to sentence B. It doesn't matter if they both happen in the past, in the present, or will happen in the future. So what do I mean by that? Look at sentence B here. 原神の同人誌で4万円を費やしました。I spent 40,000 yen on Genshin Dojin. This, the last bit here, so the last like verb here, the verb in sentence B, basically dictates when the entire thing happened. すいません、変態です。変態で申し訳ありません。変態ですいませんでした。すいません。すいません。ただ反省はしません。いた。言ってよわ。So yeah, don't get なんかすいません。変態ですいません。すいませんでした。No, the thing is, I haven't been to Japan. I know it's sad. I want to cry. Because like half of my friends are in Japan. Like, and まあ会いたいのは山ほどだけど、オフパコはしません。No. すいません、偽物ですいません。ただね、アメリカの移住民なんだからね、今となってはね、日本に行くどころか、アメリカを出るすら許されない。いや、許されないっていうか、おすすめされない。これは弁護士からの助言です。Sorry, I'm not translating that bit to English. Sorry, I'm not saying that in English, sorry. Okay, but remember, sentence B here can be its own whatever tense you need. Because the tense in sentence B basically dictates the tense of the entire sentence. But whether sentence A is in the past or in the present doesn't really affect the time frame of the entire sentence, but it only affects its position relative to B. So if we go back here to this example, actually, I can put this, I can put 学生は卒業するとき、卒業式に参加しました。I could say that. I could put this in... I can put this in past tense just to say that, oh, these students have graduated already. I want to, but here's the thing. I'm already spending money for another cover. Yes, kind of spoiler, but sometime in April or May, I may have another cover song. And you know what the song is? This one. Whatever's playing right now, that's the song. And you know what? It's pretty relevant. Go in. It's it's pretty relevant considering all of the Nenre Ninsho, all of the censorship happening, age verification, all of that talent clear. No, I mean, unfortunately, it's not even like an R18 version of myself. Nope. Not in this cover. Maybe in the next one I may have. Okay, you know what? Since I'm like telling stuff about my covers, so the general timeline for my cover releases would be for this year, April, July, October. Honestly though, I would love to have 3 cover songs per year. I would love to have that. If only I have the fun. But anyways, that's another problem. Anyways, no! Banana! I mean, occasionally I may have like extra, art commissions with like R18 variations. Why not? まあ多分ね、時折、18金のサブも含めるイラストも出すと思うけど、例えばね、正月イラスト。Like for example, my New Year illustration. For example. That one has the like the R18 bits too. Where's the entire thing? It's in the server. You can check under Tokten under a special bonus. Yeah, should be there. Also, for all those who are subscribed and with the current with like the subscriber role in my server, feel free to ask me questions there. Like, that's one bit I will not refuse to answer. Do we probably don't need another example here. Like, you probably understand. Like, do you have like any questions so far? ちょっと待って。くしゃみ出てしまった。ごめんなさい。So, I see. Sorry. ごめんなさい。So yeah, that's it basically for Toki. You know what? Like, I actually didn't get to learn about this like formally until N2. So when you're studying for N2, this entire like ruling appears in a topic called Jise. Yeah, even JLPT N1 had this bit too. Like, this is the general rule, but then there are like some exceptions. From what I've noticed in Japanese though, Japanese has less exceptions than English. English actually has more exceptions. It makes the learning process annoying. So that's it for now for Toki. Where's my cursor? Okay, here's my cursor. We'll go to our next one. With that, I need some lines to separate stuff. So from the moment you see this, we're expecting a te form, right? Right? If you thought about it, then you're actually correct. We're expecting a te form. So basically, we have the verb in te form or te ke. Plus, it could be a すいませんでした or it could be ごめんなさい Or if you're feeling formal, "Taihen moshiwake arimasen." So this form is basically for apologizing for something you've done. Hence, it doesn't really just apply to "sumimasen deshita." It also follows to other forms of saying sorry. For example, te form can also apply to be verbs. It can also apply to linking verbs. Banana. Banana. You know what? Maybe I should put time limits on banana. Should be once every 10 seconds. Otherwise, I'll get too distracted. 多分ね、一個ずつのバナナをね、I mean, it can get overwhelming at times, I moan for good 30 seconds to a minute. Come on.ほどほどにしてください。Probably just once in a while. Okay, anyways, enough of the banter. I know. How do you write hentai? Yeah, this is basically it. Hi, hentai de gomen nasai. I'm sorry for being a pervert. See, even the subtitles agree with me. But yeah. So for the case of des, desu, desu, for the linking verb, the te form of the linking verb des is de. The linking verb this. The past being like deshita, right? Sorry but not sorry. We'll do it again. Wow. Such role models to the VTuber community. Hi. Hentai de gomen nasai. Hentai de gomen nasai. So yeah, of course, okay, don't beat yourself too much. You can always just like adjust for the future. Not too thick. Okay, so let's have it with a usual action verb, I guess. What's a good one? Have I thought about nanoni? I don't think I have thought about nanoni yet, so I won't use that form. Nanoni, nagara would be intermediate Japanese, I think. So that's like too advanced for this class of lessons. Or the exhibition is out in the open. Okay. Oh my god, like ito. Yeah, no. In the middle of the night. What are you doing in the middle of the night? Or not this, sorry. In the middle of the night, at the park. What are you doing? What are you doing? You probably know what I'm going to write next. Mayonaka ni 公園で Nuku is a colloquialism for... What? I won't explain too much anymore. But you'll soon find out in the English translation. In the dead of night. So yeah, this one is relatively straightforward. Simply because, you know, if you recall what the te form of a verb does is it connects. It connects two verbs, you know, in a sequence. That means the one in banana. Banana. ちょっと待って。やばい、来た。連続バナナ。Oh, speaking of banana. バナナといえばね、最近、バナナの形をしたパンを買った。Like I bought like a pack of like bread, individually packed bread that's shaped like a banana. It's kind of interesting. Banana. So yeah, going back, for te form, right? The one in te form comes first. The first one in the te form comes first, and the second one in the te form, you know, because you can have like a series of just like te forms before the last. So in this case, because this is a te form, this bit and this entire bit definitely happened first. And すいませんでした you're basically sorry for it. Yeah. That's kind of it, honestly. So how about things that you weren't able to do? Okay. Let's have this example. What's a good Oh yeah, this sentence. 真夜中に公園で抜いてすいませんでした。If I change my subtitles like default language to Japanese, it may actually make sense. ちょっと待ってくださいね。はい。真夜中に公園で抜いてすいませんでした。翻訳はちょっと違うな。なんか面白い。 えへ。公然わいせつ。えへ。あ、そういえば、刑罰は何年？それな。やったことないけどね、一応。いやいや、どれだけ妄想しようとしても、まあ、やったことないには、まあまあ、変わりない。あ、なんかごめんなさい。今の忘れてください。今の忘れてください。Forget what you have seen. なんかあと違うボタンを押してしまった。I pushed the wrong button. やばいですね。謝りながら反省しないなんて。Like saying sorry but you're not really, sorry for it. All I can say is okay, yeah, so going back to like, how about for things that you're able to do? That って可愛いじゃん。えへって。So for moments I failed to stream as promised, like for days that I cancel my stream, I go for this. I sing. So yeah, so for this case, let me put it in the English first and then probably some notes. Okay, so for things that you failed to do, what happens is short form negative. Remember? Nai, but instead of the E here, you replace the E with kute. So you can say just like, 配信しなくて. So I'm sorry for not streaming. Or in this case, 配信できる, so I have the potential form. So to be able to stream, so I'm basically saying I'm sorry for being unable to do so. 配信できない, right? That's like the form. So the E at the end, replace it with kute. So, で配信できなくて and then apology ごめんなさいすいません申し訳ありません so on and so forth. So for things you're unable to do, you go for the short form negative and then replace the E at the end with te. That's it basically. Okay, any questions so far before we proceed to kanji? You know what? I kind of feel lazy to do kanji today. But I know I should go for kanji today as well because there's like a good chunk of kanji I need to discuss. Or at least introduce to everyone. In fact, it's a lot. You know what? I'll just go for kanji like here, around here, like at the bottom. So last time, we got to discuss some kanji until this one, igai, igai, ijo, ika, iko, izen, a lot. So we'll continue the kanji. Or, you know, sometimes I tell everyone, kanji o kanjiru. Kanji o kanjiro. ごめん、ダジャレでごめんなさい。Okay, that was a bad joke. That was corny. Sorry, I felt like Sino. なんか背の気味で。So, let's go to let's go for kanji. So kanji, yeah, I did mention this is written as this. Hold on. Kanjiを感じる Okay, so let's introduce the first one. Hold on. So this kanji, which means to think, or, you know, an idea. So in order to write this kanji, just think of this as like two parts. So one above, so the above, we have one above and one below. So the part above, the first one is basically this, and then add like a line, like a slash. Add like a slash, and then the bottom one is just like below it. You have one, So if you combine these together, you have the one here above, and then below it would be yeah, relatively simple, not too bad. So we have it means to think, right? So we're expecting a verb somewhere, on which you're correct. So this is 考える, which means to think. Okay, what else do we have? So if we have just a 考え is just an idea. How about thought pattern. Okay. So, 思考 is thought. Or thoughts, you know? No, yeah, 思考, not 思考. Like, don't forget the u here. It's not 思考. Because if you just say 思考, 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 because if I keep repeating just this, you know, we're going back to like that sussy example again. Sorry. Hi. Hintay de gomenasai. Okay, what else do we have? Sanko. Sanko is reference. Those are like the only words that I know of so far. Yeah, I think that should be good for now. Okay, next kanji. So this means to open. So how do we write this kanji? So this is one of like the popular, this is a common radical or part in kanji. So this is like the gate radical. Or the gate part. Like, この部首はね、この部首はね、門という部首ですが、部首。So in order to write the gate, so you have the left and the right part, right? So the left one is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like P, right? And then how about the right one? Start off with hold on. We start off with this one. So drop. And then there. So you have like the left and the right piece for the gate. And then you have like a space here, right? To put something. So that will be like the third part. Whatever's sandwiched in between the two gates. はい、水分補給しますと、お酒しか持ってないんですが。I mean, hydrate, sure. I mean, the ice is partially melted, so there's water. まあ、氷が部分的にはもう溶けたんだから、まあ、水。So yeah, the third part actually is pretty simple. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you try to connect all of these together, you have first would be left part of the gate, and then right part of the gate, and then whatever you sandwich in between. So this is 1, 2. Okay? If you missed this one, like how I wrote it, don't worry, we'll have more chances when we introduce these vocabulary. Okay, so first would be hold on. The nice thing about this program is, OneNote is that I don't have to delete my notes in order to like, I don't have to rewrite them. Okay, we have the word akeru, which means to open. Usually something, usually like object. Like to open a can of tuna, to open a jar, like, to open your... Yeah, basically like a common object. Banana. I think the exception is like doors, businesses, whatever. So doors and like other like abstract objects. That'll be like hiraku. No, even akeru. Even for like doors and stuff, gates, doors, you can say akeru. And then we have this word. Kaishi. Kaishi. Kaishi means beginning. Or, you know, kaishi suru, if that becomes like a suru verb, to begin. To begin something, like, for example, to begin a test. 試験を開始する。人を開ける。それを倍、買い倍だろう。That's like, what do you call it again? Hold on. I think it's more of 買い倍。倍の方は、これでした。買いたい。そう、買いたい。To dissect. Yeah, it's not like 開けるな。これもはや買いたい。Dissection. いや、買い倍深い。いや、買い倍。different buy, sorry. They have 開始する. Then we have the nice thing about this kanji is that, you know, it's mostly just like the same reading. So kai for like, you know, for onyomi. So usually it's a suru verb, so kaiten suru, which means to open a store. And then akeru, there's also like another word for to open, which is hiraku. Yeah, that's it for the kanji for to open. So let's go with for the next one. Let's start here. So this means this kanji means a shop or a house. You know what? Since this song is currently being played, I want to cover this song. Like, if there's one aspect of Rokuro that I want everyone to know more, or I want to, like, you know, make more content of, it's the rock concept of Rokuro. Like, Yeah, the Kashoku, Okami, Shonen, the dark skin, the wolf boy part. Yeah, sure, it's everywhere. And the saucy part too, it's everywhere. Oh my god. My subtitles just said sausage party. That's not from me anymore. 僕が言ったんじゃないからね。一応。Okay, to write this kanji. So you have this thing first. So this thing above. So make sure that this is like a bit thin, so that it only covers. So you still have like space here. So once you're done with that, what's inside here is actually this. So we have 1, 2, and then this. So we have like a line, and then mu, the hiragana mu. Think of it like that, and then the kanji for earth. Okay. So when you put them together, you have, where do I write? Anywhere. So we have this one, and then that's it. So let's introduce some vocabulary relating to it. I also want to cover this song. No, I think I already recorded this. I already have a recording. So I can just like request for a mix. So let's have this. So heya, heya means room. If you can think about it, because this one means parts, right? Part of a house. So yeah, it's like a piece of the house. It's a room. And then we have Honya. Honya. So this is a bookstore. So we're coming from book and then a shop. Oh, sorry. Let me just rewrite that. You got. Okay, next one would be Okujo. Okujo. So okujo is rooftop. Literally meaning The top of a house. Rooftop. So this is your onyomi actually. Oku. So you can also say something like, you know, oh, sorry, I forgot to like remove the green thing. Okunai. Okunai, so which means indoor. Yeah, pretty interesting set of kanji. So that's it for now. Let's move on to the next one. So this kanji, it could be direction or it could be a person. Okay, so you know how to write ichiman, right? This one? It's basically the same, just add the first stroke here first. That's basically the difference. That's it. So let's have this one for example. Hoko. Hoko. So this means direction. And then we have this one. Which one comes first though? Let me check. Okay. Ho ho. Ho ho. So this is method. Or basically how to and then we have this is a ho is like the onyomi. So we can have something like for the kunyomi we have something like mikata. Mikata. Mikata means ally. And then what else can I like introduce? So by itself, actually, it's just like read as kata. So kata means person, so more formal. Oh, sorry. So, if you want to be like more formal, more respectful, more polite, so you would say, instead of like gaikokujin or kaigai no hito, you could say kaigai no kata. That is arguably the more respectful option. You know what? We have 4 more. 4 more kanji and we should be good for today. Probably for this one, I need like a new divider. Maybe something somewhere here should be like good. So this means luck or transportation. Okay, how do we write this one? Let's write this. So you know this part here would be the last one, right? The last 2 strokes. So what you will do is that if you have some sort of like box, for example, let's like set these boundaries, I guess. Here. So you know we have this bit right here, right? So we have something in the upper right corner that we'll fill in first before we put in this last 2 strokes. So that thing here, which I'll put in 1, right? So 1 here would be put like a cover first, and then draw the kanji for car. Okay? And then of course the second kanji would be 1. So if we try to combine them together, it'll look something like this. Of course, I kind of like made it too small, like the first part. So if I'll try it again, so first part goes on the upper right, so it sits on top. So cover, then car, and then or you can draw it like probably a bit better. There. So you know how to draw this, right? This kanji for road. So it's only like the part here that gets different. So why did I put in luck here first? Because by itself, this is just un. So un means luck. We can extend this further. We have this word. Sorry, Unme. Unme. So unme means fate. And then another one, let's go. Koun. Koun means like good luck. Like the opposite of bad luck, basically. And then you have like fun, whatever. But how about for the transportation bit? We have this. Can I change to like this one? Oh, maybe I could change the color of this one here. Oh, I can. Nice. Today I learned I can do this. I can do that. So unten, usually it's we have suru here. Unten suru, which means to drive. Usually a car, a bus, whatever. How about for bicycles? It's a different kanji. It's a different word. Yeah, unten suru. There's also a verb here. I hate this hiragana. I hate this. Hakobu. Hakobu, which means to carry. Or to transport. I know I overdid it here, but it's fine. Like, it's, I guess, for this one, because there's plenty of like examples here. Okay, for now, let's proceed to the next kanji. So 3 more. 3 more kanji. So this kanji, which means to move. So how do we write this? This kanji, actually, I kinda, it looks hard because it's technically kinda hard, but... So we have the left and the right one. So the left one is the more difficult one. The right one, this means, just think of like hiragana, katakana, ka. So the left part would be, we have 1, 2. And then draw the box. And then drop the vertical line down first. And then we have the last 2 lines. Yeah. And then second part is basically just 1, 2. So if we combine them together, we have... I'll just use this one as the base. So you are aware that we have the left side and the right side, right? So you have so 1 would be the left side, 2 would be the right side. So the left side would be 1, 2. So what I did is 1, 2. So some people would do shortcut and just go with this, less than. So 1, 2, and then we have the box. And then drop the line down. And then the 2 horizontal lines. And then for the second part, make sure it's the same level. 1. Okay. If I release this, pretty neat. So let me try it again by itself, just plain. 1, 2, box, drop. So maybe a bit longer here. And then we have these 2. And then... Okay. Okay, first is... Because we have to move, we are expecting a verb. Ugoku, which is basically to move. Just movement in general. And then the rest are basically just, onyomi stuff. So undo, which means exercise. Undo, or sometimes it's with suru. So undo suru, to exercise. Okay, what else? Jido. Jido. Jido means automatic. Hence, if you actually put in, the kanji for car afterwards, jidosha, you basically have an automobile. So Rokuro, what's the opposite of jido? Some automatic, we have manual. Shudo. So this is manual. And of course, probably another one. So moving what? Dobutsu. Dobutsu, what that means? An animal. So basically, a moving thing is an animal. Yeah, I think that should be good for now. So we're down to last two kanji. Oh my god. So let's proceed with our second to the last kanji for today. This is quite the kanji, like so many parts. So this kanji, which means to teach. So we can split this into three parts. We have, so this is 1, 2, and 3. So part 1 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1. How about 2? 2 would be the kanji for a child. Okay, and the third one, 1, 2, 3. So if we combine them together, we'll have one, two, three, 4, and then child, and then last bit here. So it has like so many strokes, but the nice thing about it is that it's all short strokes. So oshieru, so to teach, so we're expecting a verb. So we have oshieru, which means to teach. So there are like a lot of like so how about this one? So you have 教室, 教室, which means a classroom. Okay, what's next? We have a lot of this like pertains to religion as well. So for example, we have Shukyo, which means religion. So a popular one is Bukkyo. Bukkyo, which means Buddhism. Oh, you know what the cult is? What the cult means in Japanese? Kyodan. Kyodan, which means cult. I know I've been going for like 5 words for the past few kanji, but because they're really all worth learning. Okay, and we have the last kanji for today. Yatta! So last kanji would be so this means a room. Okay, so how do we write this? It's similar actually to the one we saw earlier. The only difference is that the top part is different. See this? They have this part. See that these are quite... the top parts are different, right? Hold on. There. So see? 1. So the first three strokes are different. So for heya, whatever, honya, we have the one here. Sorry. We have this one on the top. And then for room, shitsu, we have this one on the top. But whatever comes afterwards is the same. We have this. Okay? So like that's the only difference. So since we learned this one on the left earlier, we don't have to like focus too much on the right. So this one actually is more of like, you know, a kanji in conjunction with other kanji. So we saw this one already from earlier. Gyōshitsu. So coming from to teach, right? And room. So a room for teaching, a classroom. Okay? What else? So all of these vocabulary that I'm introducing are all rooms. Basically all the same thing. All shitsu, shitsu, shitsu. So machiai shitsu is waiting room. Is there something like gomon shitsu? No, it's gomon beya. Never mind. It could be, yeah, a lot of rooms. Like, not gonna lie, like I suck at drawing, but for some reason my my writing in Japanese is pretty alright. So we have chikashitsu, so a room underground, which is the basement. What else can we have? Hold on. Shoku. Yeah. You know what? Let's go with like. Sorry. We're almost done. We're almost done. Ah, banana. Ah, banana. Ah, banana. ここはもうまあ、夜なんだけど、なんかまあ深夜テンションというか違う I know it's evening here, so it's like midnight tension. Ah, wink wink. Anyways. Okay, Genkyushitsu or laboratory. Or it could be professor's office. Could be like, so it's either like lab. Or it's also like research lab, honestly. Thank you. So yeah, that's it for the kanji for today. And actually, these are all like the content for Genki Volume 2 Lesson 16. We got to cover everything. Yatta ne. So yeah, I know I've been sussy for quite a while here. As usual, you know, 変態ですいませんでした。変態でごめんなさい。I need some sort of like evidence, like after the stream, so I'll take a picture, like take a screenshot. So yeah, that's it for our lesson, our Japanese lesson for today. So I hope you had fun. I hope you all had fun and learned, you know, pretty nice stuff from me. Like, that's probably like what I'm hoping, you know, the most is that I hope everyone learned. まあ、いつも、願っていることはね、配信の際はね、ちゃんと、なんかちゃんと学んだかなと。ちょっとした不安っていうか心配事。はい、そしてちょっとだけ。I just need like a way to. I'm just like resizing this so that when I export this, it should be good. これは大丈夫なはず。So yeah, I hope you had fun. Like, so for those who want to throw bananas, go. まあバナナを投げたい方はまあぜひどうぞどうぞどうぞバナナを投げてください。So please throw bananas. 男のバナナください。I'm tired. Like, and then tomorrow I have to work tomorrow. I'm not supposed to be opening stuff at the side, but here we are. Like, I'm tired. Like, can we all sleep? Let's sleep. So yeah, with that, today's class is, I guess it's over. So yeah, classes is over for today. はい、本日の、授業は終了しました。はい、来てくれてありがとうございました。So yeah, that concludes the N4 level for today. Thank you for you know, learning Japanese. I mean, this is a bit of a review for me as well, so that I wouldn't forget the basics. Like sometimes even for, you know, people who are basically business profession in Japanese, it's still nice to have some sort of like review. So yeah, with that, oh my god. So next week we will be back to JLP N5 level. So we'll be back to beginner level. So we'll continue where we left off last week here. So next week we'll continue where we left off last week. So yeah. And that's it. So let me just go back. Ways out. Oh, sorry. I'm tired. なんか疲れた。Okay, afterwards I'll sleep. Okay? I'll be sleeping afterwards. Don't worry. 心配しないでください。あとはね、すぐ寝ますので。So yeah, I guess I'll see you. おつろくでした。Let me check what to play first, so before I release the schedule for the rest of the week. Once again, thank you for the gift sub and the sub.